to A and F. Item 34B will go to DNS. Matter of fact, since B, C, D, and E are basically the same, all those items will go to DNS. Item F will go to A and F. Item G will go to rules. H,
E was what, A and F?
I'm sorry. E will go to DNS.
And F was,
Well, B, C, D, and E. F would go, item F is in Frank, will go to A and F. Yep.
You scroll a little bit. A, down to the body of it, it spoke about more HVAC stuff. No, go back up. Number 8. Ah, okay.
Who is this?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was talking specifically, but maker of the motion, Mr. Malinowski, what was your thoughts on this? Was this hospitality? Yeah, specific, right?
it was primarily toward hospitality, correct, but we included both just because it wouldn't be fair to,
Yeah,
you know,
because
ask
general
for one and
fund,
not the other to have
yeah,
the same
general,
requirement.
general fund was involved in this as well, so we'll go to A and F on that. Item G, rules, H, A and F on that one. I will go in A and F. J, could I get unanimous consent? Huh? Could I get unanimous consent on that item? Can I get a motion?
Mr. Chair, make a motion for unanimous consent for item number J.
Okay, a motion has been properly second. All in favor signify by raising your hand.
What, the adjourn?
No. Resolution. A resolution.
In favor, Rose, Malinowski, Dixon, Jackson, Pierce, Rush, Livingston, Manning,
And Dickerson. Dickerson, you're in?
Dickerson,
Okay. All right, that,
Mr. Washington.
yeah.
You in favor? Washington.
All opposed, like sign. That motion carries. Item K, I had a question on that one. The motion for the $5,000, is this like a sponsorship? Can I get clarity on that? K. Is this like a sponsorship for this project,
Yeah.
to take a motion?
Yeah, it's the event that they're having in March, as it says up there. We have 5,000 already in the budget that we put in there as a contingency for things that come up after the grant application process, so,
Okay,
yes.
all right, I got a motion. You wanted to make a motion? Oh, that's your motion. Can I get a second?
What's your
I'm
motion?
a second because I need to ask a question.
Okay, it's been properly second. Discussion, Ms. Dickerson.
I want to know, is this going to depreciate, sometime I can't say that word, our balance? Is this going to take all this money out of?
Yes.
Yes,
So we won't have nothing else left,
that is correct.
Undesignated, yeah.
Undesignated.
come forward.
huh?
It's just done.
In undesignated, yes.
It's going to committee.
That's what happened for
It's going to a committee, and we just.
No, this is like a sponsorship, so this was a motion. It was
So-
sponsoring this event.
Okay, I want to make one statement for the record.
Yep.
Now, for one little measly $100, we didn't want to give Alan, but now we gonna sit up here and do $5,000 for this. I just want that to be, is that gonna be in the minutes? That, we couldn't do $100, but we gonna take all the money out of our balance.
Yes, ma'am.
Well,
$5,000
can I,
to the city
can I give some clarity on this, Miss? The reason, there was a couple reasons. Well, I think there was a motion to give Alan those dollars out of discretionary. Let me finish, Ms. Dickerson. I know, Ms. Dickerson, just let me finish my thought. I'll let you respond to it.
I'm sorry.
And Mr. Jeter said that he would pay pay it personally. But at the same time, because of issues we took up in executive session, that was some of my concerns until we actually get some clarity on some executive session issues. That is why I had some concerns initially. But we were going to vote to take it out of discretionary accounts of council members who wanted to contribute to that.
May I have a point of clarification? But we were talking about different funds. This is from out of the hospitality tax money that we leave aside. I think it was $25,000, and we spent 20 of it on something back last fall, and that left the 5,000. But everything we talked about earlier tonight was not out of the hospitality tax fund.
That was my point.
With the undesignated money.
That was my point, yeah.
So it was a whole different pot of money.
Mr. Manning, I understand that. I
Okay.
have no problem
All right.
understanding that. I just see how it's so easy. I mean, on one hand, we do one thing, and even though, forget about the pots of money, I'm just talking about the principle of the thing, okay?
Okay.
It's not where the money comes from, but it's the principle. I'm gonna support it, but I think it's the principle.
I understand that.
Fine.
Makes sense. Thank you, Ms. Dickerson. There's a motion, has been any more discussion?
Yeah.
Mr. Malinowski.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. First off, I think we're sending a message to every group that receives hospitality tax funds out there that once you receive your initial amount at budget time, if during the year later on you need a little bit more, just find 6 council members and get it approved, and you'll get it regardless of what was voted on during budget time. Secondly, we don't have any information about what the expenses of this event will be. They might only be $3,000, but they're asking for $5,000. And was $5,000 the amount they wanted, or did they want more? We're just giving them this amount because of the fact that that's what's left in the undesignated hospitality tax funds. It also says that this is a fundraiser. Well, what's the dollar amount they're trying to raise? And if they raise more than that amount, do we get some money back on it? There's a lot of unanswered questions to me, rather than just give them the money. Thank you.
All right, thank you. I've got Livingston and Jackson.
Well, keep in mind, the main reason why we have the undesignated funds and don't allocate all the funds, just in case there's something special, unique, that our community may benefit from in a significant way. And to me, this may be one of those unique things that may benefit our community in a rather significant way. And so yeah, some of these things will come up, but there's no need in having undesignated funds if you don't have it in there for a purpose. And these are the kind of purposes. And for us the $100 what I was concerned, I supported that too. It's just a matter of how I was willing to support it. And if this was something other than hospitality tax, I wouldn't support it either. But I do support it because it's hospitality tax and serve a clear purpose.
All right.
Thank you, Mr.
Thank you, Mr. Livingston. Mr. Jackson, I got you, Mr. Dickerson.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. You have to understand, even though people may receive funds for the organization, sometimes opportunities come up which they did not budget for, and we have a perfect opportunity to make something happen. And this fits into it, right? And that's why we have the reserve funds. We have it to think if the project is important enough and we need to do it, we do it. And this is one. So I don't see where the fuss is. That's why we have the money. And we decided to have this project and we're moving forward. And that's it. Thank you very much.
All right.
But we received no budget request from this group.
You don't need a budget request.
No, Mr. Malinowski asked for. All right, thank you.
Did you have me there?
Ms. Dickerson,
Okay.
take the vote.
I got a phone call from 3 or 4 of these people, and they talked to me about this project. And I think, now, like I said, I think the project is awesome because of the characters who are going to perform. And I think it's a great opportunity to bring them to Columbia. I think, because I don't think we'll get them any other time, but the fact of the matter is that even though we have undesignated funds, I do have a problem with spending every dollar I have, but like I said, I'm going to support it, period. I want that to be in the records.
All right, thank you, Ms. Dickerson. All right, any more discussion? All in favor of that motion signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? That motion carries. I got one more. I got one more.
Do we have to reconsider this to make sure?
I don't think so.
No,
it's just-
as long as it
yeah,
was
it's good.
unanimous, it's fine.
Yep. All right, I got one more, a resolution approving the honorary naming of the 1000 block of Olympia Avenue from Hayward Street to Alabama Street
Wow.
to Jim Jaco Way.
And what does
This
that
is
mean?
Rose Pearson Jeter. What, can you explain that? The maker of the motion, could you,
Mr. Malinsky is still alive.
can you, as the maker of the motion, who sponsored this motion?
Mr. Rose.
Mr. Rose, can you?
I think he's still alive.
Well, Mr. Jacobs had it's coming from the Whaley Street Community Association and Olympia jointly. And Mr. Jacobs had a huge impact on both the Whaley Street community and the Olympia. And this was a request from the community.
Okay.
And Mr. Jacobs served for both those communities for literally 3 decades, over 3 decades. And so that was something that was approached
Okay.
from the neighborhood
So
association.
you asked for unanimous consent for a resolution, all right?
Matt, I ask a question. Is this the first time we as a county are renaming a street after somebody?
You can still go to DOT.
I mean,
It's just in this
I don't know
committee.
the answer to that, Mr. Chairman.
You know what, can we
Send this to-
Can we send this to a committee to
Yeah.
vet it? That way,
if I can't,
it's
I know with sometimes the city that they'll rename streets, but it's really the street name stays the same. It's just more of a sign that goes on top. Do you see what I'm saying?
I'm
Like
just
with
not
rates.
familiar.
Well, that's what a committee would
Yeah,
figure
that's what I'm
out.
saying, I'm just not
Put it in the
familiar with
Oh,
it.
that's fine.
30
Okay,
years, huh?
we'll send that to DNS.
60 years.
We'll send that to DNS. You have that? Do you need this? Do you need this? Okay. All right, Chair, entertain a motion for adjournment. We got a motion.
Second.
It's been properly second. Any discussion? All in favor?
I got to go see my.
Signify by saying aye. Any opposed? We're adjourned.